If you're a parent, you know the panic when your kid simply stops eating. During the hot summer months, their appetite can completely vanish, leaving you anxious and exhausted as you try to negotiate every single bite. And this frustration crosses over to adults, too. Trying to build muscle or reach a healthy weight is physically impossible if your body rejects the sheer volume of calories you need to put on mass. When you're desperate for your child to eat, or for yourself to finally gain weight, you look for the fastest solution available. Usually, that leads straight to the pharmacy counter in search of a budget-friendly, fast-acting appetite syrup. Picking up a cheap appetite stimulant off the shelf takes 2 minutes. Figuring out how that liquid is going to dictate your family's entire daily routine is the actual hurdle. That brings us to Biopron syrup. At 135 rupees for a 200 milliliter bottle, it is highly prescribed by doctors, easy to find, and incredibly affordable. The box promises exactly what you're looking for: a rapid, massive spike in hunger that translates directly into measurable physical growth and weight gain for both children and adults. But the marketing leaves out a critical piece of the equation. It doesn't clarify the unlisted side effects or the heavy lifestyle modifications required to use it safely. This table breaks down the Biopron dilemma. On the left, we have the advertised promises: rapid hunger, clear weight gain, and a cheap price point. But if we turn our attention to the right side, we see the hidden variables you have to manage: severe unlisted drowsiness and a very real risk of accidental overdose. Biopron absolutely delivers on the hunger, but turning that hunger into safe weight gain means you have to implement strict behavioral management and constant supervision in your home. It is a highly effective medication. You just have to realize you're paying for it with daily vigilance and schedule coordination rather than rupees. Before you even open the bottle, there is a mandatory first step. You need to administer a standard deworming tablet. If you skip deworming, any intestinal parasites remain active. You will eat more, but those extra calories will end up feeding the parasites instead of actually building mass on your body. Once you actually start the course, you'll notice the syrup itself has an incredibly sweet, dessert-like flavor profile. If you have a notoriously picky toddler, this flavor is a massive relief. They will actively want to drink it, eliminating the usual fight over taking medicine. But that delicious taste creates an immediate hazard. A child left alone with this bottle can easily drink the entire thing in seconds, leading to a serious accidental overdose. This checklist outlines the necessary Biopron protocol. You start with deworming in Step 1. Step 2 requires permanently locking it away out of reach, and only then do you move to Step 3 and administer the exact dosage yourself. The exact thing that makes your child willing to take this medicine is the exact thing that makes it a dangerous hazard to keep on a low shelf. The active ingredient driving this formula is cyproheptadine. Its primary biological function is to trigger a severe hunger response, usually hitting about 30 minutes after you swallow it. This flow diagram shows how the chemistry plays out. In the top half, we see cyproheptadine enter the system, causing the hunger metric to spike at the 30-minute mark. This intense chemical reaction forces your body to feel absolutely starving, ensuring you consume a large amount of food. But look at the bottom half of the diagram. As hunger goes up, your baseline alertness crashes. You get hit with acute, unlisted drowsiness. This lethargy is a direct side effect of the drug's mechanism, and it hits incredibly hard during the first few days of your course. For children, this means you have to temporarily ban cycling, climbing, and unsupervised outdoor play right after they take their dose. Their reaction times drop, and the risk of an accident goes way up. For adults, that drop in reaction time means you cannot safely drive, commute through traffic, or operate machinery while the drowsiness peaks. You are making a direct biological trade, giving up a portion of your daytime alertness in exchange for guaranteed heavy hunger. The basic math here is straightforward. Kids between 2 and 7 years old take 5 milliliters, or 1 spoon. Heavier adults scale up to 10 milliliters, or 2 spoons. To maintain your appetite, you have to take this precise dose exactly before meals 3 times a day. This timeline tracks a normal daily schedule with 3 dosage points at breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Notice how 30 to 60 minutes later, a drowsiness peak predictably follows each meal. Biologically, this pattern works flawlessly. It guarantees you sit down at the table genuinely hungry for your 3 major meals. Now we overlay your actual life onto this timeline: school, your morning commute, and your workday. Those post-meal drowsiness peaks overlap directly with the hours you need to be the most alert. You now have a logistical problem. You have to actively navigate 3 distinct waves of intense lethargy while trying to go about a normal, busy day. Using this medication successfully means actively scheduling periods of lethargy around your family's life, rather than simply measuring liquids accurately. Let's be perfectly clear. Biopron is a scientifically sound, remarkably cheap biological tool that forces your body to want food. But because the chemistry is so potent, it demands strict supervision and significant behavioral changes to keep everyone safe. This chart is the scenario matrix, mapping out your supervision and flexibility on the vertical axis against your actual need for weight gain on the horizontal axis. We highlight the top right quadrant in green. This represents a high need for mass combined with high flexibility. If you work from home to monitor your toddler's playtime or have a flexible schedule allowing daytime sluggishness, this syrup is an excellent bulking option. But looking at the bottom half of the matrix, the low supervision zone, everything turns red. Is kids play outside unsupervised, if you commute behind the wheel, or won't lock up sweet medications, you should avoid this product. The risks to your daily safety are too high. Making a smart health decision requires looking past the cheap price tag on the pharmacy counter. You have to honestly evaluate the true lifestyle cost and decide if your family's routine can handle the lethargy that comes with the appetite.